This video is brought to you by America First Insight. Help support the growing conservative movement by becoming a member today. And if you want to support this channel, you can also use the code REAL when becoming a member. Thank you and enjoy the video. As everyone knows, the Democrat Party suffered an embarrassing defeat back in 2024, and that's what it was. It was a pathetic showing by Democrats. They lost the popular vote for the first time in like 20 years. They lost the Electoral College. They got crushed in some swing states, and even in some safe Democrat states, they won these states like New Jersey and New York, but by significantly closer margins. It was a pathetic showing across the board for Democrats. So you would think, at the bare minimum, they would learn from some of these mistakes and try to change course, even just a little bit. Well, by some miracle, the Democrat Party has learned nothing from 2024. And in fact, they're tripling down on the same crap that did not work in 2024. Now, you might be saying, well, something obviously happened because Democrats, they had a great 2025. And yes, that is true. Democrats had a fantastic 2025 cycle. They won Virginia by a landslide, won New Jersey by a landslide, and really across the board, Republicans got crushed. But honestly, these victories by Democrats, I would argue they were more so Republicans losing, more the Democrats winning. Plus, you had other factors like the government shutdown, inflating Democrat turnout even further, and also with the Republican Party being the party of low propensity voters. Yes, Democrats by default, they will have an advantage in these off cycle elections. That's true. But still, Republicans, they should have lost by 5 to 10 points in both these states. They lost by 15. It was pathetic. They got crushed. But again, that's not really Democrats winning these races. That's just Republicans losing. And the issue for Democrats is they've learned nothing from 2024. Instead, they took all the wrong lessons from 2024 and even 2025. That's the issue for Democrats. Yeah, they won these areas by big margins, but guess what? They were taught the wrong lessons. Just look at this headline right here from NBC News. Illinois Democrat tries to bleep her way through a tough Senate primary with a new expletive-laden anti-Trump ad. Yeah, this is real. You have a major candidate in the Illinois Senate primary for the Democrats running on nothing but Orange Man bad and fuck Trump. That's it. I'm not even exaggerating. I know this is Illinois. You do expect this type of stuff in these primaries to a certain point, but you go across the board. That's all Democrats are running on. It's either Orange Man bad or more explicitly, fuck Trump. That's all they're running on. Not the economy, not healthcare, not anything that people care about. It's just Orange Man bad, and if you want to be edgy, oh, fuck Trump. It is insane that this is real. And I know this is Illinois. Again, it's a very Democrat state. Democrats are winning Illinois. Let's be clear about that. They're not going to lose it. But still, how is this a major part of the Democrat primary, not the Republican primary where you're going to back Trump? No, on the Democrat side, all they're running on is fuck Trump, Orange Man bad, and it's across the board. I really, you're telling me that in the year 2026, all Democrats have is Orange Man bad? Seriously, that is absolutely pathetic. As the Democrat Party wrestles with how much a focus on President Trump on the campaign trail, one Senate candidate is given a clear answer: fuck Trump. Juliana Stratton, the state's lieutenant governor, is running her first TV ad beginning Friday, a spot featuring a series of people, including Senator Tammy Duckworth of Illinois, all saying, fuck Trump. Fuck Trump, vote Juliana. One person after another says in the ad. Yeah, so we're talking about a major candidate in Illinois. We're not talking about some guy pulling out 1%. We're talking about the lieutenant governor running for the Senate seat in Illinois, who right now is in second place. She's pulling at roughly 20% right now. She's in second place, but she is the main person in second place. She is one of the major candidates in the race. And all she can do is talk about fuck Trump, orange man bad. Seriously, at least half a dozen bleeps will be audible to obscure the salty language when it airs on TV, according to the campaign. For her part, Stratton does not take part in the cursing. They said it, not me. Stratton says as she appears on the screen. Oh my gosh. You can't make this up. You're telling me that all Democrats have in the year 2026, after getting embarrassed in 2024, is still orange man bad. Nothing else, nothing about healthcare, the economy, foreign policy. No, none of that. No, it just, we're going to oppose Trump. Seriously, this is what you have right now. And the crazy thing is, like I said, it's not just one random person saying, fuck Trump. Look at this right here. Some Democratic strategists have pushed the party to curse more as a way to convey more frank talk. Yeah, you have top Democrat strategists running around and saying, yeah, we can win 2026, not by talking about healthcare, but by saying fuck or shit or damn or whatever. It's unclear how effective the ad will be in luring potential voters. It won't lure any voters in. You know why? Because the average voter wants to hear about the issues that matter. I can't believe I have to explain this, but just because Trump swears, that's not the reason people vote for him. I can't believe Democrats really think this. They really think, oh, because Trump swears, that's why people love him. No. The reason people love Trump is Trump. He's honest about it. He's not pretending to be somebody he's not. That's why people love Trump. He's actually real. When he swears, that's Trump. That's Trump in a nutshell. And plus, he swears once in a while, sure. But 90% of the time, he's actually talking about stuff that people care about. He talks about the economy, healthcare, inflation, whatever. Sometimes he says dumb stuff. Let's be clear about that. But still, he's talking about issues people care about. And yes, it's funny when he does say some curse words. That's true. But guys, that's not why people love him. I can't believe Democrats really think this. They really think that Democrats are going to win 2026 just because they swear more than the GOP. Really? In my opinion, this hurts them. Or hell, best case scenario, it does nothing. It changes nothing. Because people, they're going to see through this and say, this is fake. This is just bullshit. It's clearly a ploy by Democrats to sound more real and that they're being more honest. People don't want to see fake shit. They want to see real people. They want to see people that are honest, not just phonies that are saying, oh, we're going to stop Trump because F him. And repeat that 100 times over. Have every Democrat say the exact same thing. That doesn't help anybody. Did Democrats learn nothing from even last year? They got embarrassed when they got caught making all their congressmen and women and senators make the exact same video, word for word, release it all at once. They got embarrassed by it. It was pathetic. People made fun of them. It's a joke. The ad comes as Democrats nationally have discussed how much to focus their messaging on Trump specifically while on the campaign trail. In the contest, which seeks to fill the seat of retiring Democrat Senator Dick Durbin, candidates are taking the route of invoking Trump. Seriously, that's your plan. And the other candidates are doing the same thing. Just orange man bad. Talk about Trump nonstop. We're going to fight Trump. We're going to stop Trump's Gestapo. That's all they're talking about. How they're going to impeach Kristi Noem. How they're going to impeach President Trump. Everything's about Trump and the administration bad. Guess what? That appeals to nobody except the average Democrat. Congratulations. That's the issue here. Nobody cares about this stuff. And really, why would you focus on Trump? Why? Because, like I said, nobody cares. And you think I'm exaggerating, but look at this poll from RMG Research. Last week, they found that only 7% of voters said Donald Trump was the most important issue. Not 25%, not 10%, 7%. That is right now, according to RMG Research, it's sixth place for the most important issue. People care about the economy and immigration and healthcare. That's what people care about. They don't give a shit about Trump. And really, this is just, it's one poll. Other polls, same thing. It's like nobody cares about Trump. Nobody gives a shit about the Epstein files or climate change. People want to hear talks and discussions about the economy. They want to hear, hey, how are you going to fix inflation? How are you going to fix it? Like, well, what's your plan? I just can't believe Democrats really think the idea is focus everything on Trump and ignore everything else. And I guarantee you, the 7% of voters that said this, they're all partisan Dems. They're all partisan Dems. They're going to vote Democrat anyway. So what's the point? You can focus on anything else. Focus on trying to make the election about, hell, healthcare. That worked well in 2018. I know it's a little bit different, but focus on healthcare because people would care more about healthcare than how to stop Orange Man. It's just crazy. I know this one poll has it 7% versus 5% for healthcare, but I guarantee you, for the second most important issue, for the third most important issue, people give a shit more about healthcare than Trump. And the funny thing is, the Republican Party, they accurately predicted that Democrats would focus on nothing but Trump. Right here. This was back a couple days ago from Mark Holprin. He reported that at a top meeting for the Trump team, for Team Trump and the Republican Party, they're going to focus on the economy, immigration, housing affordability, tax cuts, that sort of thing. People give a shit about these issues, and they discuss that. Why people care about it, how they're going to talk about it. And during the meeting, they expect Democrats to run in large part on stopping Trump. So it looks like the GOP, they were ahead of the curve. They realized these dumbasses, they're going to try to run on nothing but Trump, not on anything else. Trump and some other obscure issue that nobody cares about. It might help Democrat turnout a little bit, but for the average voter, do you think running on nothing but Trump is going to win you the election? Even back in 2022, Republicans did kind of the same thing. They ran on nothing but stopping Biden. And yeah, they got a House majority, but it was pathetic. They just ran on Biden bad. Fuck Biden, or he's got to resign or whatever. Well, yeah, you got the House, but that's not really saying much. That's the problem. You have to run on something of note, of substance. Running on stopping Trump, who does it appeal to? Nobody. Nobody gives a shit about stopping Trump or God knows what other issue they're going to talk about, because I guarantee you it's not going to be the economy or cost of living. No, it's going to be some obscure thing. I guarantee you, come November, they're going to still talk about like Renee Good or whatever, even though nobody gives a shit about that anymore. Nobody cares. And now, recent polls are showing people are against abolishing ICE. But I guarantee you these dumb shits are going to run around and run on stopping Trump, abolish ICE, defund it, whatever. And it's going to blow up in their face. But we'll see what happens. Again, this is for the Democrat primary in Illinois, but it's going on across the board. Well, where Democrats, they're running on nothing but Trump bad, Orange Man bad, Trump, we got to force him out. Trump's got to leave office or get impeached or something. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.